Florida Gator on me, I'm a Gator. They don't move wrong, I'm a Gator. From the swamp, homie, I'm a Gator.
But I can't tame them, dog. You ready to cook all dogs, all Seminoles. We coming.
Florida Gator on me, I'm a Gator. Florida Gator on me, I'm a Gator. Florida Gator on me, I'm a Gator. They don't move wrong, I'm a Gator. From the swamp, homie, I'm a Gator. And that two-tone, I'm a Gator. Florida Gator on me, I'm a Gator.
Welcome back to Gators Talk, guys. I am your host, Millionaire Trader Alex, guys. And y'all know we had a great weekend this weekend. What a game it was this weekend. What we have to say about this game? All we can say, the players was resilient. They fought their ass off. And they had a will to win this game. They did not want to lose this game. They was persevering through this game. We lacked defense this game. It turned into a shootout, and this is a game when shootouts happen, we expect Florida to lose but the offense haven't been explosive all season. It hasn't. And so when the shootout happened and we got down by 10 going into the fourth quarter, you know, a lot of us thought this game was over. We're like, man, we don't got the firepower and the will to fight back and be resilient and win this ball game. But they proved us wrong. They proved us wrong. I think Billy Napier been listening to that noise that's coming from the outside, because he got very creative on offense, didn't he? It was surprising. Like, wait a minute, Billy. You ain't running it up the middle? You know he had to sneak it in there a couple of times and run it up the middle several times in a row. But there's a series that, you know, that were all passes. Now, I think they tried to open the season up like that against Utah, and it really didn't work well. But I think he tried it again. This time, I think Graham Mertz was ready to sling the ball around a little bit, and which he did. He gave effort. We got balls thrown down the field. You know, guys, y'all watch the games. We wasn't getting the ball down the field like that. You know, maybe get one shot here and there every game, but that wasn't happening. That was not happening. Graham Mertz played lights out, guys. Graham Mertz played lights out. The kid was taking hits, getting back up, ready to play again, ready to go at him. So, guys, y'all, if you watch my video earlier this year on Graham Mertz, I said this can happen. I said he can find his footing down here in Florida if Billy Napier get him on track. And it looks like he's trying to find his footing. We'll see come Georgia, but that's over a week from now. So we're not going to talk about that right now, but we'll see how that works going to, you know, the rest of this year and see how he continue to play ball. But Graham Mertz made played lights out, guys. He made throws to Ricky Pearsall on fourth down multiple times. Arlis Borderham came up big. He's finding a way in his offense. Like I said in the pregame, we should be starting to put him in the game plan a lot more. Just because he's proven that he can make plays and he can be counted on when needed. Of course, he had a couple of drops. You know, it happens. But I think he would get better and learn from those experiences. But the fourth quarter, man, was big with Graham Mertz. Big for Graham Mertz. Those third and fourth down conversions, when we needed them, the tip pass was crazy. See, that was another moment when, you know, that was on Graham. But guess what? Trey Wilson was in the right place at the right time, right when we needed him. And that was huge. That's how you know when plays like that happen, man, the football gods is on our side that day. Because, you know, that guys, y'all watch the season, that normally don't happen. Right in that moment of the game, which was a clutch moment in that game, come on, man. But yeah, we definitely like seeing what was going on in the fourth quarter. Like I said, Arlis Borderham made some tough catches. The made the guy miss. Ran up the field 7 to 8 yards for a first down. Oh, that was big. That was big. And let's not forget about Hayden Hanson. He's been playing pretty good ball as well. It's not showing up in the stat sheet, but he's been playing good ball too. Let's not discount our other tight end. He's been blocking well lately. He did have a catch for a first down, so don't count him out. He's a pretty big kid. He's not athletic as Arlis, but he's athletic enough to be a factor in the offense. Just sneak out and make a few plays here and there. So don't count him out at all. Trey Wilson, man, over 100 yards total offense. Yards from scrimmage, over 100 yards. No touchdowns, but once this guy on the field, man, he's a threat, man. He is a threat, and teams got to pay him attention. Teams have to pay him attention, and that's what makes the jet sweep motion more effective when Trey Wilson's in the game. So I seen a few offensive sets with Arlis, Trey Wilson, and Ricky is in the game. I think that should be a set that we should feature moving forward, because I think that offensive set was the most productive as well. We had a few runs in the game. We didn't run the ball well, or I'm going to say good or great, but we ran the ball well. We got stifled a few times, but Montrell Johnson and Etienne broke out of there a few times. So the offensive line is trying to improve a little bit, but we do have to get better up front. But hopefully some of these kids get better up front. But there's gonna be a time when somebody slips through and causes hurt the quarterback hurry or disrupt the offense. So that happens, but hopefully we can start to minimize that a little bit, and that's on Richard Leonard and Michael Mazuka. They do allow inside pressure. Jake Slaughter, he's been playing a lot better lately. I give him that. Jake Slaughter has increased his level of play, which is good. I hope that rubs off on some of the other guys. But the offensive line has to get better, but they did just enough to protect Graham Mertz and allow him to throw for 423 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was big. Khalil Jackson stepped up, man. The walk-on. He got the pedigree. We already know who he is. He stepped up big for us on that series. That was a big-time catch down the field. Laid out for it. That was huge. And then follow that up with a touchdown pass. So, keeping these guys available and keeping these guys in mind as far as when we come to the offensive game plan is key, because he can get us a first down. He can make some of the acrobatic catches. And he can be a threat down in the red zone. He's proven that. It's on tape. You can see it. Ricky Pearsall, man, Mr. Reliable, man. He is Mr. Reliable. He already have 44 catches, 619 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now we can increase those touchdowns. We can, put a good case for Ricky, being up for an award, or just upgrading his draft stock. We want the kid to make it to the league and live out his dream. But he's on the way to that, because he's showing that he's a reliable receiver. And he can make the acrobatic catches. He can make amazing catches. Yeah, everybody know about the catch. He can do those things. You can count on him on third down. He can block on the perimeter. And, he's making plays. He's making plays when the quarterback need him. So Ricky has been balling out for us. It's been huge, bro. It's been huge, y'all. It's been huge. Ricky is, like I said, is Mr. Reliable. Reliable Ricky. That's what we're gonna call him. Reliable Ricky. You just, when you need a play, you need somebody to count on in a moment. Look Ricky way. He gonna be open. That's another thing. He's been doing a great job of getting open. Even when he's covered, he's not covered. So that's a good thing. That's a good trait as a wide receiver, and I think that can translate to the next level. But Ricky has been doing his thing, man. Ricky he played a hell of a game. Last game, 10 catches, 166 yards, a tub. Man, that's big time ball right there. That's big time ball right there. Trey Smack, man, Trey, we found our kicker, y'all. We have a kicker. Now we don't just have a kicker. He's good. He's good, y'all. We can put him up there. We can put him up there, man. If he finish out this season kicking like above 90% accuracy, we can put him up there with Eddie Pinero, Caleb Sturgis, Evan McPherson, Judd Davis. We can put him up there with some of the elite kickers at Florida. And Eddie Pinero, Caleb Sturgis, Evan McPherson, great NFL kickers. Good, very good NFL kickers. So he's starting to work his way into that. That's the only bright spot that we have on special teams right now. That's nothing. Speaking of special teams, we're fielding we're fielding the ball. I know that's so basic and minimum, but we're fielding the ball on punts. That's good. That's good. Once we get Trey Wilson more involved in that and more comfortable in the college game and making the right decisions out there on punt return, we'll have him back out there. But right now, we got to count on Mr. Reliable Ricky. That's what we got to do. But yeah, man, we looking real good. Montreal Johnson, Trevor Etienne, they played solid games. Montreal been running with a purpose. I think he's been paying attention to the outside noise as well. I think he's seen a few tweets that's going on out there. You might have seen a few podcasts when they, or maybe they didn't watch the whole podcast, but seen a clip of them talking about him not running over somebody on the sideline. Him not being physical as a runner. Big as he is, that's a big kid. You should be the most physical thing out there. You are a physical specimen, standing at 5'11", 217 pounds. That's a big boy. But Montreal played a good game. Etienne still played a good game. But Montreal must catch the ball. I don't know what's going on, young brother, but you got to catch the ball. I know you got better hands than that. We got to start throwing the ball to Trevor, because you've been dropping passes, brother. We need you catching that ball, not only just running that thing, but catching it as well. I need you to be a double threat, man. A double threat, a dual threat type of guy. But hopefully he'll get better on that, in game. I know he's catching good in practice, but hopefully he get better with that in game, and we can capitalize on a few of his catches. He did catch the screen over to the right, and I think he caught 2 screens last game, and got a pretty good little piece of yardage out of those plays. So that was huge. A lot of big plays out of these guys, man. A lot of big plays. I seen y'all didn't pay no attention, but they threw the ball to Aiden Mazzell. He came in, ran one deep route, and he was double covered, and they threw one up to him. And gave him a chance. I like that though, man. Billy Napier is attacking. That was a game where he attacked their defense, and he should have. South Carolina has proven to have a weak defense this year. He should have attacked them, and he should be going on moving forward, attacking every team's defense with our playmakers, because our kids can make plays and they do have talent, and some of them possibly could be elite talent. Only time will tell on that, but we definitely have the talent to go compete with some of these teams in the SEC East and in the West as well. It's just a matter of getting these kids playing with that resiliency, playing with that fight, have that will to win. If we can get them to play like this every game, we'll be good to go. Now, speaking on that, we got to get better on defense, man. We have to get better on defense. That's a must. That is a must. Scooby Williams has disappeared. Can anybody find Scooby Williams? Man, he was playing lights out early this year. Now we don't know where he is. I haven't seen him. Of course, he's been on the field, fellas and ladies. He's been there. But we haven't seen him, man. He haven't been showing up like he was in the early games. You know, and I'm not talking about in the early games, he when he came down to like lesser competition, he was playing ball. But now we playing with the big boys, we don't see him. He has to make that adjustment. You got to make that adjustment, and we need him making that adjustment quickly. Shamar James is getting smothered out there, man. And he's sliding, slipping through, still making plays. But right now, our linebackers is not able to make plays. And I know the reason why. We need a resurgence of Cam Jackson, Caleb Banks, and Chris McClellan. These guys need to get back to playing ball the way they was earlier this year. These last two games, they haven't played the same type of ball. They've been letting guys push them around in the middle of their defense. And that's the reason why we haven't seen the plays from Shamar James and Scooby Williams. Also, we seen Manning Unnery and Taraja Mitchell playing linebacker as well. They rotate those guys in and out. But the guys haven't been making many plays. That's shucks. But some of y'all need that weight room come this offseason. But some of these boys running y'all slap over. That Mario Williams, he made it tough. They're like short, thick running backs. Oh, they're gonna give our linebackers hell. Cause they can't tackle them. Man, those guys are hard to bring down for our linebackers. We gonna have to hit that weight room real big and tackling. Cause getting ran over like that, it don't look good. I mean, you get ran over every now and then, but at the rate they've been ran over is unreal. It's ridiculous. Excuse me, guys. So hopefully these guys hit the weight room, man, because they ain't looking too good. But hopefully we can get the resurgence of Cam Jackson, Caleb Banks, and Chris McClellan. We need these guys to step it up. We need this guy to step it up big on defense. And I think the defense goes as those guys goes. Because then that opens the door for the linebackers to start back making plays. The edge rushers, they've been doing pretty good, man. They've been doing pretty good. They've been playing solid out there on the edge. Princely Uma Mielin is definitely doing his thing. He had a couple of sacks last game. Tyreek Sapp is doing the best he can. We are missing Justice Boone. That is a big blow, you can tell. But he's still a great leader in the locker room. He's a guy that plays with a lot of effort. So we're hoping that he his effort can start translating to some big plays. That's what we're hoping. You know, he got to master a few techniques so he can make a few plays within the scheme. But out there on the edge, Jalen Kimber, man, they went to work on him. They went to work on him. He was put to the test. He was put through the rigor. And man, there was we knew Xavier Leggett was going to really be a problem for our defensive backs. I just hoping that we can mix it up with him, or maybe just put Jason Marshall on him. But I was hoping that can happen, that we can mix it up and make it tough for him to make plays. But they went after Jalen Kimber. He didn't play well against last game. I'm not calling him, I'm not saying he's not a good kid, but it just wasn't a good game for him, and he gave up a lot of yards and a lot of big plays. So we're hoping that he can improve next game. I'm hoping to see. Wondering when the kid down from Tampa, Devin Moore, comes back. I'm hoping to see him get back healthy, so we can get him on the field as well. I think these guys are interchangeable guys, and that could challenge receivers like that when we got multiple guys on them that can make a difference in the game. Jason Marshall played a solid game. Didn't give up big plays this game. He'll give up a catch here and there, but he didn't give up a lot this game. I think I think he really took it to heart and took it hard on himself on the way he was playing. And you know, everybody's hoping that he played to the level of his ranking, but at the same time, hope that he just play at the level that, you know, our cornerbacks play at, and hoping he can have a good season, so the kid can, you know, get his chance to make it to the league. But you gotta ball out for us first. You gotta ball out in that orange and blue. You gotta go make interceptions, brother. You gotta be strong on the edge. You gotta go out and make tackles, man. Be physical. I don't think he knows how big he is. He's a pretty stout kid for a number one cornerback. He's not a skinny kid like Jalen Kimber and Devin Moore. He's pretty big, pretty thick, big kid. You know, got muscles and size and mass. I don't think he knows how big he is. He can be a lot more physical. I think he need to really go take a look at Patrick Peterson. I think he need to go look at his tape and understand how he need to play the game. Even though I know that's the LSU Tiger, but they have the same physical attributes as far as size and everything like that. So if he go take a look at that, I think, you know, he can go see what is expected of him and understand what he needs to do to get there and play at that level. That's what we're hoping. But he had a solid game. You know, Jordan Castell, this was a rough game for him too as well. You know, he's a true freshman. They was rotating in Bryce Thornton as well. Miguel Mitchell did get the start. We was hoping that, you know, he can tackle a little better. He's still struggling tackling, but he came up with the big interception in the final minutes or final seconds of the game. So that was huge. I mean, it was a punt, but that has to happen. That had to happen, and he made the play when it counted. So I definitely give him that. But, you know, he still got to get better tackling and get better playing assignment football. But defensively, we're young. We're young. A lot of these guys are going to be returning back next year. So this is going to be a big learning experience and a learning curve, pretty much almost for the whole team. Almost, we have all these kids back, but the defense definitely need to improve. If we can get improvement from those guys from week to week, especially the guys right up the middle, that'll be huge. That would be huge. But the Gators definitely needed to start fast, man. This last game, and we did. We came out. We drove the ball down the field, scored, put it in the end zone. Things were looking good, but South Carolina came back with an answer. They scored. And then, you know, we went back and forth when the game was 21-21. Trey Smack knocked the ball through right before the half, which was big. We went in the half with a 24-21 lead. But third quarter is coming out of that third quarter, that second half. South Carolina brought it. Yes, they did. They brought it. We wasn't prepared. We wasn't converting on third down in the third quarter. That was, you know, even in the fourth quarter, we had to take a few of those plays down to the fourth play, to the fourth down. So that was pretty tough. But third quarter really hurt us. We only scored another field goal in that third quarter. So, yeah, we didn't start fast coming out of halftime, and that hindered us. That got us down, and then we gave up a few big plays in the third quarter. A kid just ran our kid over and scored and ran in the end zone. So, I mean, we definitely got to get a little bit more physical. Our defense is not physical enough yet. They're still young, but we're not as physical as we need to be up front. They don't play with the right attitude as a unit. Do some of the kids come in the game with a great attitude? Yeah. But I'm talking about as a unit. Do they have? They haven't really made a name for themselves as a defensive unit. Right now, they have no identity. Right now, they're giving the identity is. They're giving up a lot of yards. Gave up a lot of yards in the air last game. Spencer Rattler had a big game last game. He threw for 300 yards. He had a big game. They didn't rush the ball well against us. That was pretty good. but it was still getting chunk yardage. The kid was still getting chunk yardage here and there. So we're not playing with an attitude that we're going to stop the run and that we're going to shut down that passing game. We're not playing with that attitude yet. We don't have that type of identity yet. So I'm hoping that they pick that up, and that's going to be on Austin Armstrong and C-Ray. Really the whole staff. But it falls on Austin Armstrong on identity. And he's playing. He has a lot of energy. He's definitely a hype type of guy. He can speak well, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's sunk in yet with the players yet. I mean, I'm not saying they're not bought in, and nothing like that, but I just don't know if the message is sunk in yet for the culture to shift on defense. But they're playing better than the team last year, so that's a good thing. But the third quarter letdown was definitely tough, and that really put us behind the ball. You know what I mean? It really put us behind going into the fourth quarter, and that's what brought on the resiliency of Graham Mertz, the resiliency of Ricky Pearsall, Artis Borderham, Trey Wilson. Those guys stepped it up. Montrell Johnson, Trevor Etienne. Those guys stepped it up. They stepped it up big. But I got a surprise for you guys. DJ Lagway been balling out, guys. So I have a little surprise with DJ Lagway. Check it out.
Willis is the best offensive unit in the district, as Lagway 2,322 total yards. And he connects with his wide receiver down the left side here. That is Jalen Mickens for a 4-yard pickup. Has got weapons, and they will look to utilize them early on in this one. Lagway with an empty set. Got 3 receivers to his right, instead looks left. Pump fakes. Ball is on the ground. Caney Creek is forced to fumble on the opening possession, and they cover it up. Giving the ball up. Your defense bailed you out and limited the amount of damage that your opponents could get up. Let's see what they do here on this drive. Lagway drops back. He delivers a shot down the field. Got his receiver. Caught. Brought in inside of Caney Creek territory. Down inside the 20 to Amari Holmes. The immediate deep shot on the first down, and the Wildcats find themselves in great field position, set up on the 22-yard line. In the empty backfield, looking to his right, he's got trips in that direction, decides to tuck it and run instead. Breaks one tackler, breaks another, and then is finally brought down. Terry Lawrence III in the backfield, already got 1 score today. He's going to roll out in the wheel route, and instead Lagway's just going to hit Mickens. He's got some speed on him. He's going to deliver 1 stiff arm, 2 stiff arms, breaking tackles, spinning away from even more. It takes about half of the... We'll highlight some of those other guys when we get to them. Lagway drops back again, finds his receiver on a quick slant route, that time to Rommel Stevens. Don't call his name a whole lot, but a tall receiver working on a mismatch to the right side. And just like a basketball player, he puts his back to the Mickens, had opportunities to sit down and talk with some of the big bodies of this Willis Wildcats group, having won the Big Men Challenge, in which offensive and defensive linemen from around the area compete in typical strongman competitions. Willis came out on top, and they talked about the pride that they... Another opportunity, this time a scramble from DJ Lagway for a first down. Once again, inside the red zone, working from the 16-yard line. Lagway's going to look to his left. He's got a couple receivers, decides not to do it initially. Tucks it, throws easy as she goes. Touchdown to Jermaine Bishop Jr.
Flag on the field.
Although, hold on, folks, we do have a flag. And that score is going to come off. Now working from the 26-yard line. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers out in the formation. Lagway looks to his left, drops back, delivers. He's got some space. He's got a man. Jalen Mickens races for the end zone. He is in. Touchdown.
Complete from DJ Lagway to Jalen Mickens. It's a Wildcat touchdown.
And what has been in this early game the favorite target so far for DJ Lag. Willis is the best off touchdown, but it does not prevent another first down deep inside of Caney Creek territory, now on the 30-yard line. Lagway again out of an empty backfield. He's going to tuck it and run, decides to improvise using his legs. Delivers one stiff arm, but can't quite. The now 5-star 24/7 commit to Florida. Able to call his own number, understand when nothing is open. I got to make something happen on my. Let the playmakers make the plays. Take another short screen pass here to the left. That's exactly what they do. Going back to Rommel Stevens, fighting towards the sidelines. He's got a first down. Somebody get past a man, run a bit of a pick route, and get open downfield. Instead, Willis goes back to Jermaine Bishop Jr. on the right board halfway through the second quarter. Willis, of course, looking to change that here. Deep shot across the middle, over the defensive backs and into the open field. Can he break the man's tackle? Yes, he can. Inside the 20, jumping forwards for more yards. Jermaine Bishop Jr. has a punch loose, though. Caney Creek runs it back the other direction, and the Panthers find themselves in control on offense. A sensational individual. First down and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line, an empty backfield. Lagway drops back, doesn't see a receiver, so he's just going to take this one, slide down. And despite what were predicted to be some pretty clear skies, we do have some precipitation coming down on the field. Players are just going to soldier on here. Lagway looks to his right, able to get a receiver on the comeback route. That is Amari Holmes down the sideline, laying the boom, breaking some tackles, and that is a first down to the freak 26-yard line. As that rain finally starts to come down. Little rain didn't hurt nobody. Lagway in the shotgun, drops back. He's got a couple of receivers on a double move, and an easy completion to Amari Holmes. So for the first time this quarter, now Willis gets set up with an empty backfield. Lagway is going to bring Jermaine Bishop in motion, fake the handoff, take this one inside. Making a couple of guys miss, decides to go towards the sideline. Steps out of bounds, stopping the clock. Play set. Lagway's going to bring Mickens in motion from the left side to the right side of the formation. Instead, decides to fire across the middle over the hands of the linebacker and brought down. That clock stays running here. Minute 15 left. Willis does still have 2 timeouts in their back pocket if they decide to use them here. Try and stay engaged with him to try and provide as much of a lane for him as possible. Sometimes you just bite on a hold. And speaking of biting, the Caney Creeks bite on the short play action, and it gets Jermaine Bishop Jr. down the sidelines and ushered out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And that middle of the field, in between that zone coverage for Caney Creek, DJ Lagway has dotted it up to Jermaine Bishop Jr., and that is another one for the first day. To take as much time as they like here. 8 seconds left on the play clock. Lagway fires towards the end zone. He's got Bishop and broken up on the collision in an empty backfield. Second down and 10. Lagway calmly, collectively drops back, delivers this one to the corner of the end zone, and just out of the reach of Rommel Stevens. The tall wide receiver couldn't quite bring that one in off of his fingertips. But still a pretty smart play call from the Wild. Another empty backfield here for Lagway and the Wildcat offense, dropping back, trying to deliver this one. Touchdown number 5 for the Wild. Additional wide receiver. Instead, they have him flanking the left side here with Lagway. They're going to dump it off to Jermaine Bishop in the backfield, setting up the screen pass. Down the left sideline, spins away from one tackle, and is finally pushed out of bounds near midfield.
Jermaine Bishop Jr. with the reception. That's enough for a
And that will move the chains for another Willis first down. Lagway again in the shotgun with Mickens on his left. Drops back, takes the short dump off pass to Jalen, who makes one man miss. Makes a couple of juke cuts here, is finally brought down by a swarm of Panthers, a pack, if you will. He fights forward for about 5 yards on the reception. And that's another thing we have to mention about set up the second score of the night for Amari Holmes. There were flags on the play, but it looked like in an effort to try and bring Holmes down, they were reaching up near that face mask area. Three receivers to his right. And on a designed quarterback run here, able to immediately feast off of the push given. Once the quarterback begins that slide, that's where the ball is spotted. So still a 5-yard carry there for Lagway. And look at the power put on by Amari Holmes. My goodness! Lowers the... Lagway drops back, looks to his left, doesn't like his options there. He's going to have to scramble, try and find some more options. Directs traffic, locks one up to the end zone. Is he in? Yes! Touchdown, Jermaine Bishop Jr.
Touchdown!
Regardless of where the drive, figure that based on the crowd size here at Yates Stadium. This Willis faithful are a dedicated bunch. They like to see the success of their team. And reversing this one to the side. They're going to fake the handoff to Mickens, fire it out to Bishop. Bit of a sling pass there, a bit Mahomes-esque. Jermaine Bishop, count them, 5 different Wildcats have reached the end zone. Let's see if they can try and notch that number up just a little bit farther. Jermaine Bishop making a couple of jump cuts, multiple guys on the ground towards the end zone. He's got another one.
Touchdown!
On the opening play of the quarter, Jermaine Bishop Jr. takes it to the house.
All right, we're joined by Florida Gators 5-star quarterback commit DJ Lagway, 26 of 29, over 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, unofficial totals tonight. Your team wins 63-9. How do you feel like you played?
I feel like I played okay. You know, I made some mistakes early in the game, you know, but just I feel like we just getting used to some of my receivers. We got a lot of banged up receivers. So I feel like we did okay.
You seemed to get in a rhythm in that first half. At one point, you completed 17 straight passes. You know, did you get in that flow? Did you feel it? Did you feel comfortable out there?
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely. No, without a doubt. You know, my receivers had to make great catches. You know, I'm thankful for those guys. Even my O-line just protecting me, man. They did a hell of a job.
All right, you're gonna watch the rest of the Florida season. You're getting close with some of the current players. You're close with the coaching staff. What is your big pitch, though, to recruits that you're trying to get to join the Gator commitment?
You know, really just like, let's change it, man. Let's be that change that the Florida Gators need, you know. We can come in there and do it right away. So that's what I've been trying to tell everybody.
TJ Lagway's #1 overall target. They got a lot of big targets. Yeah. LJ McCray, the defensive lineman, Jeremiah Smith, the 5-star receiver. It goes on and on and on. But who is your #1 target?
My #1 target, I got to be a little selfish. I got to say Jordan Seaton, the offensive lineman. Got to have protection, man. Without protection, you can't do it. So I'm trying to get Jordan Seaton. You
told me yesterday that you feel like Florida's got a real chance to land Jordan Seaton, again, 5-star offensive tackle from IMG Academy in Brayton. But you didn't tell me why. What gives you that hope, that belief that Florida could potentially bring Jordan Seaton in?
I really say just the love that the fans showed, you know, and me and Jordan have a really great relationship. Like, that's my dude. Like, I met him that weekend, man. We hit it off right away, man. He's just a great dude, and I want to be around him and play with him.
Who is your best friend? Who's the Gator commitment that you've kind of grown closest to during this recruiting process?
Man, it's like all the guys like Miles and X for sure, you know, and Kendall, you know, those 3 guys, right, man.
Just remember, that's coming in December. There's a possibility DJ Lagway can be in Florida as early as December. right after he signed on early National Saturday, he can enroll. Well, if he get everything correct, he can enroll in December and be at the school practice and participate in fall practices, bowl game practices after the season. So that's gonna be huge. Excuse me, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge. He's gonna have a learning curve when he gets to the college level. As you can see, he make a lot of one read throws. So he's gonna have to get used to making reads and being able to go through the progression as a college quarterback. So that's gonna be the learning curve for him. We'll see how fast he can learn it. Maybe he can sit down for a year and learn the offense and learn all that stuff in the background with the guys that he's going to end up playing with. Come next year, probably he'll get first team reps, second team reps, things of that nature during the springtime and going into the fall next year. But that's just a little sneak peek at DJ Lagway because he been out here balling. Kids already over 3,000 yards passing, 40-some touchdowns. The kid's been balling this year, so just look forward to seeing him come next year. That was just a little recruiting update just a DJ Lagway update on what's his progress of his senior year season and how he's doing and what he's looking like out there on the field and what we can look forward to when he get on campus. But that was just a little sneak peek of that. But back to the game, it definitely was a nail biter. It definitely was a game that went down to the wire. The Florida Gators persevered on the road and got that first road victory in almost 2 years in SEC East. So it's been a long time coming. I'm glad the Gators pulled this win off. It was a big win. I hope we look forward to seeing more big wins coming down to the season. There's a possible 3-4 wins. We'll possibly be in every game. If we can come ready to play on both sides of the ball, that's a possibility that we can be in every game that we play moving forward. But we have to play better defensively and offensively to continue to be in ball games. And as we get better with the playmakers that are rising right now, which is Arlis Borderham, Trey Wilson, Khalil Jackson stepping up a little bit more. Hopefully we get Caleb Douglas back later on and we can add another piece to the puzzle. That would be huge. Hopefully we can, that was a play when Jaquavion Frazier was open. I think Richie Leonard allowed Rusher to come through and Graham Merch had to make a throw falling back and he didn't get a chance to make that throw. But there are guys out there, we have on the roster that's ready to play. Andy Jean should be back soon as well. He was out this game. So a lot of guys was out this game, and we still pulled this victory off. It was a heck of a win. I know everybody's excited this week and looking forward to seeing what we can do. We're hoping our kids get some rest this week and really get into that recovery and do a lot of mental work this week. Of course, they'll have a lot of walkthroughs. They may have one padded practice, maybe. This week, but I know they're going to pretty much rest the kids and ramp it up come Sunday and Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. They'll probably be down here in Jacksonville come Thursday, Friday, more likely Friday. Sleep here and be ready to play in Jacksonville. And the largest cocktail party will be in Jacksonville, Florida, Georgia. Y'all know how it go down. All you Gator fans, y'all know it goes down here. But it's all about the orange and blue, man. Go Gators.